Good afternoon and welcome to our webinar. Today we are talking about certification for beginners, so demystifying ISOs, which is a good topic for a Friday afternoon. So thank you very much for joining us today. My name's Flora Neville. I may well have spoken to you in the past because we do quite a few of these. So welcome back for those of you that maybe joined us previously, and welcome to those that this may be your first session with us, but great to have you all with us today. I have the pleasure today of having Evelina and Mel with us, so I'll just get them to introduce themselves. Evelina, I'll hand to you first.
Hello and good afternoon, everyone. My name is Evelina. I work for Citation since last 4 years as a senior consultant, and what I do on day-to-day basis is auditing clients against different ISOs, helping them implement ISOs, and I do manage small team of consultants as well.
Amazing. Thanks, Evelina. And Mel.
Hello, my name is Mel Moritz. I come from a career of sales and business development. I head up the sales team for ISO here at Citation. The reason for our attendance today is just to give you a bit of a face to know where you would go to if you did want to discuss anything, have more questions with regards to prices, process, lead times, anything like that. So nice to meet you all. Thank you.
Amazing. Thank you very much. Okay, just a wee bit of housekeeping before we begin then, guys. Just to let you know, your microphones are on mute, your videos are off, but we'd love for you to interact with us, so please do. And if you can see just below your main screen there is an ask a question box. If you want to put any questions or queries in there, please do so. Just as it pops in your head, just put it in there. Most of it we will answer at the end because we've got the time for a Q&A session built in there at the end. Some of it we may pick up as we go, but a lot of it will be. Just means then that everybody benefits from the question and the answer, and you know there'll be a lot of similar threads, I'm sure, in some of the questions and things like that as well. So, and Evelina may cover a lot of that as we go. So, but please do ask a question. No question is a silly question here, because if you're thinking it, somebody else is thinking it, and please don't be shy. In terms of other things on the platform, we will be recording today's session as well. You do have the opportunity, if you want to get a copy of that recording later on, I'll explain just at the end how you can do that. Once we've got it downloaded and cleaned up, etc., we can get that to you to help. And also, as you'll see on the left-hand corner of your screen there is also a download area as well. So feel free to download the information that is there for you as well. So it's about getting the most you can out of the hour you're with us today. Okay, so firstly then, I know some of you are familiar with ourselves, I know some are not, so really just want to briefly introduce who we are. So we have over 60 consultants nationwide. We've been doing this for over 30 years, so we've got a fair bit of experience going on there. Implemented over 30,000 management systems. And the key thing about this is it is complete support. So everything that you need to achieve and to maintain ISO certification. It is very much tailored management system for your business. So it's making sure, you know, you've got the helping hand you need to get to that point and then maintain it, obviously. So it's making sure that, you know, and ISOs play a pivotal role in enhancing efficiency, quality, safety, and it's making sure that everyone, you've got everything that you need. So we are there to help you through every step of the way, guys. Our brand family as well, we're part of a larger family, and you may well have come across some of these or may need them in the future as well. So Citation Cyber, iHaskell, UCheck, SMAS, a variety of different other areas of our brand family, but we're proud to be part of the Citation group. So if there's anything you need, we pretty much should have it to help you elevate the business. That's the key thing. What we're talking about today then is the basics of ISO, what it is, key benefits and how it helps to grow your business. We'll have a closer look at the benefits of ISO 9001, 14001, 27001 and 45001. And then we'll give you a wee brief overview of the platform today. We won't do a demo as such because it's better to do that on a kind of one-to-one basis. So if you do want that, we can arrange that for you. Absolutely no problem at all. You can let us know and we're more than happy to give you a sort of demo and tour of the platform to give you a better understanding of how it could work for you and the benefits of it. Okay, so firstly, I want to ask you a couple of questions. So, and if you can just all answer either A, B, or C, just click on either A, B, or C there. So, how familiar are you with the benefits of ISO certification? And don't, this is not a test. There's no judgment. There's nothing here. So be honest. It can either be A, you're very familiar with it, B, somewhat, or C, not at all. And being here and saying not at all is absolutely fine, because I would suspect there is probably quite a few people that have joined us today who are not familiar with the benefits. So as I say, please it's really just for us to get a bit of a feel as to where you're at with it and what you're thinking about it at the moment is really the key thing for us. So if you can just click on A, B or C there, guys, that would be amazing. Okay, I can see a number of you have, so that's great. So let's have a quick look. Okay, so a few in the very familiar camp, most of you 75% in the somewhat familiar, and not at all is 12.5%. So that's fine, and that's kind of what I would expect, to be honest. Quite often we have a lot more in the not at all. So we'll talk you through a lot of these today, Evelyn. I'll tell you a lot about the benefits, and you can highlight how important these kind of things would be in your individual businesses as well. Next question is, what is the main reason your organisation has pursued or is considering ISO certification? So again, if you can just click on either A, B, C or D there, guys. So either A, market advantage, B, customer requirement, C, improving business performance, or D, brand reputation. So again, just whatever one you feel fits best for you is that would be fantastic. Great. Okay, great. I can see a number of you doing that. So just the main reason that you are either pursuing or considering ISO certification. Because again, everybody will be different, and we do appreciate that. You're all, at different places, different businesses, different industries, all the rest of it. So that's the key thing. Okay, so improving business performance is the most popular there, with customer requirement next, and market advantage and brand reputation kind of equal there. So, and yep, absolutely, and all you gain all of these things, but we'll talk you through each of those today as well. Okay, so I'm now going to pass you over to Evelina, and she is going to take you through all about ISOs. As I said, please don't hesitate to pop any questions or queries into the, and the ask a question box as we go, and we'll pick them up as we go along, and then again at the end. Thanks, guys.
So hello, everyone, yet again, and let's crack on. I will give you a little bit of introduction what the ISO is actually. What does the ISO mean? So ISO stands for International Organization for Standardizations. And ISO, any ISO, 9, 14, 45, whichever ISO you might heard of, they are developed by an experts all over the world with one clear purpose. And this purpose you can see actually on the slide, to describe the best way of doing something. So there is a group of experts who are doing a little bit of brainstorming. They are collecting the best practices, how businesses can improve, and they put it in the standard, which I hope after this session you will be at least with some more familiar with. To following these repeatable steps, and by following those steps, which are actually in the standards itself, the businesses commit to continuous improvement. So every standard is built of set of principles that will help you manage these interconnected parts of your business. So whether your goals are, let's say, quality of the service, it might be efficiency or overall performance, ISO are in the position to provide you a structured path to actually get there where you want to be. And by following those steps, which they should repeat in the same way to drive continuous improvement, and those steps are outlined in the ISO standards, you commit your organization to this continuous cycle of self-evaluation, correction, improvement, and with those solid foundations, your businesses will be better and will be prepared to adapt, to grow, to perform as its best. And today we will look into all of those areas, probably which you had in the initial questionnaire, which Flora was asking: customer satisfaction, development, innovation. I hope you will understand a little bit more in depth that benefits of ISOs are actually never ending. One of those answers was actually customer requirements. So if you think about it, why customers want you to be ISO certified, why they actually value if you have certification in place. So they don't value this just because you have a certificate, maybe somewhere on display, on the wall, or in your records, which you can share, but because of the trust and confidence that it represents. So ISO standards, they do show that you are consistent, that you are reliable, that you are committed to quality, environment, health and safety, security of information, and many more. And some of those we will actually look into today. So for customers, what does it mean? That if you have ISO, it means for them that they will have fewer risks related to the services and products which you will provide, that their experience with you will be smoother, and they do have assurance that their needs and expectations are understood and taken seriously. So that's why this commitment to ISO culture is so important. And it's not just about passing audits, it's actually about proving every day that your organization listens, improve, and deliver with excellence. And this is actually why your customers value your ISOs, or maybe in the future if you have ISOs. That's why it is so important. ISO, a journey, not a destination. So ISO is not a destination, it's an ongoing journey. It represents an ongoing process of improving what you do and how you interact with anyone who approach you as an organization. And when those ISO principles are used to its full potential, it can really create sometimes wonders. And as you know, because I work as a consultant, I work as an auditor, I meet organizations every day. So I can see myself every day how they benefit from having ISO when it's implemented as a part of their culture. And basically, it gives the guidance how you can achieve this excellence, how you can efficiency, and how you can sustain this success in your business. And for ISO to truly succeed, it must become part of your culture. It must be part of your day-to-day activities. It must be part of your mindset. So ISO, it's not just quick prep before the audit day. So, you know, for those who are having ISO, you might get the call, oh, it's time to have an audit, a little bit maybe of panic. So it shouldn't work like that. It should be something that it's ongoing, that it's embedded in the mindset of everyone who works for your organization. So it's not about quick prep. It's not about quickly swiping the shop floors or doing just quick preparation to keeps me happy. Those audits are not for me. They are for you. ISO is for you to benefit from. What we do actually, we just evaluate. We assess your compliance as a third party to make sure that still everything is compliant. So ISO, it should bring long-term commitment, which you will benefit from as a business. So where this journey starts, who is this leading person? To understand this journey, it always begins with the leadership. So leadership is in the position where they will set the vision and they will share it with everyone. It's demonstrating commitment. It's about creating environment where improvement is valued and it is encouraged. So this meaningful change always start within. If we want to have external benefits of ISO, we need to make sure that we have done everything to implement this culture internally. When internally it's working great, this is where you will see external benefits. If nobody knows anything about ISO in the business, it's somewhere there on the wall. You've got one manager who's managing ISO, the others are not really engaged, the magic will just not happen. So that's why it's important to raise awareness about the ISO within all staff members. And when staff understands ISO and recognize how their daily contributions drive this continuous improvement, the organization in the natural way will achieve these long-lasting benefits. So it's all about creating the mindset among everyone who works within the organization. So this journey should really bring all teams together, open the channels for open and transparent communications, makes feel staff empowered so that they can share their ideas and their concerns. And as we know, when we talk to each other, sometimes staff, they come up with really brilliant things, but sometimes they just feel that, oh, I don't want to share it. It's not part of my job. It's not my role. So why should I say anything? So ISO actually opens those channels for communication when we feel empowered to give an ideas of any opportunities and any improvements. So there is a list of quite popular ISOs, 9001 quality standard, 14001 environmental, 45001 health and safety, and 27001, which relates to information security. So let's look a little bit closer what they are all about on the next slide. So here we are, 14001. 14001 helps organizations to reduce their environmental impact. And you know, everyone talks about environment these days. It's super hot topic. And if you have ISO, it will help you to comply with all sorts of different environmental regulations. It will help you to improve your resource efficiency. When organizations are following the requirements of 14001, they can enhance their sustainability. They can improve their public image. And potentially, they can lower as well operational costs through better waste management and better energy usage. This standard, when clients, they do have 14001, it does have really a great value for meeting your customers or any other stakeholders' expectations when it comes to environmental responsibility. 9001, probably most of you heard about 9001 standard, which talks about mainly quality of your products and services. And this standard helps organizations to ensure consistent product and service quality. It can improve and it should improve your customer satisfaction. It should enhance your operational efficiency. When organizations are following the requirements of the standard, they can streamline processes, they can reduce errors, and they can gain competitive edge while an advantage over their competitors, obviously by meeting customer expectations. And a couple of more, 27001. This standard helps organizations protect sensitive information and data. It helps to minimize security risks. It helps to comply with all sorts of legal and regulatory requirements. When organizations are following the requirements of the standard, they can safeguard against cyber threats, they can ensure confidentiality of the information, integrity of the information, and obviously build the trust among your clients and any stakeholders. And as you know, these days, security of information is super important. Sometimes if you ever came across this kind of issue, you know that it can have really a great implications on your business. 45001 health and safety. This standard helps organizations to reduce workplace risks by preventing accidents, incidents, creating safe working environment. The organizations which implement ISO 45001, they can improve employee well-being, obviously comply with any safety regulations, reduce costs related to workplace incidents and accidents, staff absenteeism, and it does enhance reputation, and it demonstrates true commitment to health and safety. And as you know, if we create this safe working environment, the staff retention is better, and that's what we want. We want to wake up in the morning, go to work with a full peace of mind that we know that we are safe and sound during our working hours. ISO are really great tools for business development. And the key areas in which this can make the difference, as you can see on the slide, it's productivity and efficiency, customer satisfaction, resilience, adaptability, internal audits and management reviews. And all of those we will look into one by one so that it enhances your knowledge how you can use ISO potential to its fullest. So the first one, productivity and efficiency. The ISO is a driver for productivity and efficiency. Why? Because ISO standards, they create clarity in how we work. So we decide and we establish who is responsible for what each stage of the process is, how well those processes perform, and it thus identifies opportunities for improvement. So what we can improve? We can remove duplications, we can cut waste, we can protect information, we should reduce errors. And when those processes and principles which ISO is driving are streamlined and the responsibilities are clear within the organization, people spend less time firefighting and they add more value. And what does it mean? That means that you deliver quicker, that you have smoother collaborations, that you do less, sometimes costly mistakes. So if you think about it, let's say without ISOs, you might see your teams and they are busy, but they might not be necessarily productive. With the ISO, this effort is channeled into right direction. So every time you feel that your organization is productive, is efficient, and what you deliver, it's always correct for the first time. Another aspect, do we repeat all those good practices in place? So ISO is focused on creating consistent and repeatable processes to ensure that all the services and products which you provide, they are delivered to the same standard, same high standard every time. In addition, while protecting environment, while safeguarding health and safety, and maintaining the security of the information. As you can see, if we repeat those good practices, we've got less errors, we lower the costs, we provide everything correct for the first time, and this is what it drives our efficiency. Plan, do, check, act cycle. Probably it's one of my favorites. I always talk about it. I always talk about it when I do consultancy. What does it mean? What does this plan, do, check, act cycle means? So on the slide, what it is mentioned, it is non-conformities, but I will explain it a little bit more in depth. So everything what we do as a business, regardless our size, complexity, what we provide, product or service, this cycle repeats all over again. And ISO is there to enforce so that its cycle repeats in the way that we are driving continuous improvement. So initially we've got planning phase. And in this planning phase, we think about what does the customer want? What risks are relevant with provision of those service or products? Do we have sufficient resources? How much the service or product is going to cost? what opportunities it might bring, what objectives we have to meet. So this is initial planning phase. When we have planned everything, when we have agreed on the costs, delivery time, resources, we move to the doing phase. So this is the phase where we deliver. We deliver whatever we have agreed with the client. Before we will fully delivered, we should check. We should check, does it actually meet their specification? So before release, we check, is it the item what client wanted? Is it the service exactly what they wanted? If not, we have to act on it. So we rectify non-conformance before those products and services are delivered. Or we have to act upon when somebody complained. But there is more depth to it. This plan, do, check, act cycle should be driving continuous improvement, not just based on rectifying non-conformities, but when you get to this point of checking your work, it should prompt you with maybe a little bit of brainstorming. Okay, what can we do better next time if we will be delivering this product or service? Or if we have similar project, maybe we can do something better. So this is how ISO is enforcing continually keep improving what you do. And this is what will reduce the number of non-conformities. And in addition, when we have non-conformities, we need to make sure that we implement corrective action in the way that the same issue does not repeat in the future. Another aspect of productivity and efficiency is that ISO is encouraging, this is what I was just saying, permanent solutions for your non-conformity. So it's not just, so it's about learning from the issues and preventing them from happening in the future, but it's about preventing them in the way so that same problems does not happen yet and yet and yet again. And I truly believe everybody fix the problems when they comes up, but last thing you want to spend time or any resources to keep rectifying the same problem. So when something goes wrong, ISO does encourage us to dig deeper into this issue, to find the root cause of the problem and to implement meaningful improvements. And this shifts the focus from the blame to growth. So rectifying non-conformities, it's not a pinpointing of this is your fault, nothing to do with me. It's about learning. It's about learning what we can do as a team better next time. So it's a great opportunity actually to strengthen your processes, to reduce risks in the future and to build resilience. So in this way, ISO turns your mistakes into lessons which you have learned from, and it again drives the culture of continuous improvement. And again, we can save some costs. So while having this clear, repeatable systems, they will lead you to fewer mistakes, less waste of resources, and more efficient use of time. And as you know, as much maybe finance, it can be recovered sometimes, time is a resource that cannot be recovered. So over the long term, consistent practices also lower your operational risks, and they create opportunities for smarter and more cost-effective service delivery. Customer satisfaction. I absolutely love this chart, which is on the screen, which basically represents the cycle of interaction with the customers. So as you can see, initially we define the market. Who do we want to provide those products and services? What are the requirements of customers? Do we really understand their needs and expectations? Do we align our processes to the customer needs? Do we engage our staff? Do we promote leadership? Do we measure the satisfaction? Do we implement any improvements? So this cycle should repeat again every time. And sometimes when we hear customer satisfaction, what comes first to mind, probably it's surveys, it's questionnaires. Sometimes we might be sending the same set of questions, expecting customers to respond. But customer satisfaction is much more than that. So customer satisfaction goes beyond any checklist, which you might keep somewhere on your file. What actually customer satisfaction, it's an interaction with your customers. It's genuine evidence of how your customers perceive you. So it's the quality of the relationship which you have with them. So whether we can truly understand their needs and expectations. And to make those meaningful improvements, our approach needs to be bespoke. So we need to think about who do we approach to get any sort of feedback. Is it busy director who might not have a time to answer a lengthy questionnaire, or maybe it's somebody else within the organization? Maybe better form is actually to give them a call and imagine this interaction. If I have anyone on the call who's maybe at the senior level and you are super busy during the day, if somebody would call you and say, or let's say somebody will call me and say, Evelina, we generally value your opinion and our customer. We would like to make things better each time we interact with you. What do you think we can improve? So when somebody tells me that they value my opinion, that instantly makes me feel important. But that might be just me. So this approach is aligned to get some kind of answers from me. So because I make me feel good, I was like, well, you know, and I can give some indications. So it's very important to understand deeply what customer thinks about us. So it's not just about, oh, they haven't complained, so they must be happy. They might be pleased, they might be satisfied, they might be using us because there is nobody else at the time. But to build meaningful interaction, we genuinely need to understand what are their needs. Is there something new that they would like to see, or any other form of interaction? That's why this connection needs to be bespoke. And we have to think of who do we talk to and what types of questions we want to ask. So those questions should be driving your improvements as well. So you don't have to ask same questions every time. Think what's important for you, think what you want to know from your customers, and ask those questions. So when we genuinely communicate that someone's opinion matters to us, like I was saying, we make them feel important, and then there is greater likelihood that we will receive honest and thoughtful feedback. Another part of resilience, another part is resilience and adaptability. So what is resilience actually? The resilience in the business, it's the ability to withstand any kind of disruptions, anything unplanned, any kind of challenges that you might come across, unexpected events, while you still have to operate effectively. So it's about having strong systems, resources, and strategies in place so that organization can also absorb this shock of some kind of event that we wasn't expecting, to recover quickly and to maintain stability. Adaptability in the businesses, it's the ability to adjust to these new conditions, new trends, opportunities. It's about being flexible to change. It's about being open to change. It's about ability to modify your strategies, your approaches, your processes in response to those evolving customer needs. So again, if you remember previous slides, this is why we have to understand what are the customer needs so that we can continually adapt and be resilient as a business. So it might be customer requirements, but it might be as well market demands or any other external pressures. And this SWOT analysis is very helpful because it does help businesses in the way by providing a structured way to understand what is their position and how they can plan things effectively. So initially, we would identify our strengths, and then once we know our strengths, we have confidence what we can do better, or what we can improve, or what we can be proud of. So if there is something that maybe was our strengths previously, but now it's not really, that takes us to weaknesses, and they will highlight the areas which needs improvement. Opportunities, they point how we can grow as the business. They point towards innovation, market potentials, and threats. They should draw our attention to any internal or external risks. They can impact your success as an organization. So by using this framework, SWOT analysis, which for those who does have access maybe to Atlas portal, you can find the SWOT template if you use this framework, what it helps leaders and managers to align their strategies, to minimize weaknesses, to take advantages of those opportunities which you have identified. And it helps you to prepare for any threats. And when we do that, obviously, we are more resilient and we are more adaptable. Another tool which is very helpful, it's internal audits and management reviews. And they are mandatory requirement in any standard. If we are ISO certified, we have to do internal audits, we have to do management reviews, but they are tools which helps you to identify any sorts of gaps in your systems that will be driving improvements. So internal audits, they do help businesses to check if your processes are being followed correctly, if the policies which you have, which might relate to quality, environment, health and safety, security of information, are implemented effectively. So this process helps you to identify any gaps, potential risks, and areas for improvements before they even escalate to something bigger and more critical. Management reviews, they allow management or senior staff members or leaders to evaluate the results of your internal audits, any performance metrics, if you do any feedback from your customers or any other interested parties, ensuring that your resources as well are used effectively. So again, it's all about managing risk. It's all about identifying opportunities. It's all about driving this continuous improvement process every time when you repeat this plan, do, check, act cycle. So together, internal audits and management reviews, when they are conducted to the good standard, basically they maintain your compliance, they help you to maintain your compliance, they will help you to improve your efficiency. It will help you to protect your staff as well by checking if your working environment is suitable, if all the competencies are in place, if the equipment is maintained and calibrated. So this is consistent support to create this sustainable business operations. And there is a lot of internal and external benefits from being ISO certified. As you can see, what are the external benefits? The external benefits are that obviously you can pre-qualify for tenders, and many businesses is doing tendering. I know we've done this type of webinar as well, if somebody is interested, because you provide the evidence that you meet those international standards. So it creates basically an opportunity for you to win some kind of contracts which you are looking into. It helps you as well. It helps as well during tendering or any other interactions to demonstrate that your business has what it takes to deal with the larger and more complex new business opportunities. And it takes us back to this plan, do, check approach, which I have discussed today. Questions in the tender may also become easier to answer because you have the right documentation and evidence at your fingertips. So when we create your documentation during consultancy, probably there is a lot of documents which you might be asked about during tendering. So there is loads of benefits, including bigger success across different markets. So if you think about growing, if you think about being more competitive, if you are thinking about creating safer working environment, more solid organization, definitely ISO is there for you. You will have badges, you will have obviously certificates. And just if you do have already in place, please use them. Please promote your businesses, and it's just something that can genuinely help you to make not only better workplace but grow. So there is a lot of benefits, external benefits, and basically the main one, the ISO gives you a guidance that can transform the way your business operates. Let's look into I think I've missed something, the internal. Oh, have I missed something? Okay. So yeah, sorry. So yeah, so there is a lot of as well external benefits, a part of internal benefits. And if you think about something, if you will think in the way that you improve your business, how you operate, how you deliver your products and services across any ISO quality, environment, health and safety, security of information, if you improve by 1% per week, that will result in 52% at the end of the year. So how amazing, how remarkable it is that ISO can help you actually achieve this kind of improvements. So don't hesitate. If you are thinking about implementing ISOs, it's not just about compliance, it's not just about passing the audit, it's actually very powerful strategy for your business to drive continuous improvement, to drive growth, resilience, and excellence. And here we are. So we've got a little bit more in depth about what are the specific benefits of different standards. So here we are, ISO 9001 quality management system was designed for businesses to put customer satisfaction first. And we had a lot of discussion today about customer satisfaction. Everybody wants their customers to be happy. We want them to return. We want them to maybe refer you to other potential customers. Definitely every business wants to have good reputation across any interested parties you interact with. So internal goals, it is to increase your efficiency. It does drive faster identification and resolution of issues. It does improve employees' ethics and morale. And it implements this right first time attitude. So like I was saying, we don't want to continually keep rectifying issues. We want to provide everything to the client's expectations. And this is what will drive our continuous improvements. And if we come across issue, again, it's not the end of the world. It's just a way how we can do things better next time. Externally, it does improve relationships with suppliers and customers. It does enhance customer satisfaction, engagement, perception, and proof to prospective new businesses as well. So you might come across some new clients when they will know that you are ISO approved, they will be more keen on having interactions with you. 45001 health and safety standard. It does have, again, a lot of benefits. It creates a framework to demonstrate that you are compliant with legislation, with regulations. It promotes culture of health and safety business. As we know, without health and safety, we can't really deliver anything. It's a robust risk management, and like any other ISO, it drives continuous improvement. So when we improve internally, obviously that will result in external improvements as well. And externally, it will give your customers confidence in your commitment to health and safety. It will increase the trust between you and your existing and potentially new customers. 27001 internal benefits. This standard creates a framework to demonstrate, again, compliance with all sorts of regulations related to security of information, GDPR or anything else. It creates a security within the business. It creates, again, robust risk management. You don't want your information to leak anywhere. You don't want your customers to worry that, or staff members worry that any of the data can be used in not appropriate way. And again, it drives continuous improvement. It gives assurance to your customers that any data that they share with you, it's secure, the risk is minimized. And basically, when we feel safe, when we feel confident, this is what increase this interaction and satisfaction with your customers. 14001, everybody talks about environmental matters these days. It's very hot topic, it's very important. And 14001, definitely, when we talk about cost savings, it's critical. We implement better resourcing, better waste and energy management. We continually keep improving efficiency of what we do and how we do. We are more aware of any regulations which might come across, which we would check, are we compliant? Is there something that we can improve? It definitely boosts reputation and confidence in what you do and how you do. It's a proof that you have this forward-thinking environmental awareness internally and externally. And again, it demonstrates your commitment to environmental performance. And happy days. That's all from me for now.
Thank you very much, Evelina. Fantastic, as always, and loads of information there about obviously the different types of ISO, but also really highlights the the importance of it and what it can do in your business. So fantastic as ever. Thank you, Evelina. So how can we help, and why citation ISO certification? So consultancy built in. You can see there is in the first column. We have expertise in-house. We don't subcontract out or anything like that. It's in-house experts. So it really is expertise to help you to get it right, to get the right things in place, to help you gain that certification, and importantly to maintain it as well. We create that management system works for your business. It saves you time, it saves you money, and I know there's not an employer out there right now that doesn't want to do that, but most importantly we keep it simple as well. You know, we don't overcomplicate things, and quite often you see things and you think, wow, that's way more complicated than maybe it needs to be. So we don't do that. We keep it simple, because at the end of the day it's about getting this right. It's about getting it right for you, and getting you the accreditation that you need. It is a very straightforward process, and we can help you to gain that certification in as little as 45 days. And in a lot of cases it will be longer than that, but we have seen that happen. We are part of something bigger, as I did mention at the start, and that in turn has obviously numerous benefits as well. It gives you exclusive access to our HR and employment law expert advice line, which is invaluable when you're running a business, because as we know, and particularly I think going forward as well, it's going to be so important to have that support and expertise that you need on board just to manage your teams, make sure that you're getting it right, you're compliant with legislation and all the changes that are coming in as well with the new employment rights bill, as we know. So never been a more important time to have that support and advice available to you as an employer, because the reality is that we don't know all about it, so you need to have that backup yourself. Connect you with SSIP experts, SMAS WorkSafe. It is about better together. We can connect you with obviously health and safety solutions that will give you peace of mind. So again, you know, we all know the importance of health and safety, getting it right, and avoiding having incidents, accidents, all the rest of it. And as well, it's about the health element of that as well. So all of these aspects need to come into it nowadays. And the technology, you have 24/7 access to our bespoke management hub called Atlas. Don't know if any of you use it currently. I have the luxury of being a citation, working with citation, but also being a client of citation. And, you know, things like Atlas are such a huge benefit in your business. And it's like having that extra person, obviously, without the cost of it. It has got everything that you need. It's there. It's ready, and you know you can access it at any time, and that's the key thing, as I said, about achieving and ultimately maintaining your ISO compliance as well. There's also a library of customizable templates, real-time task notifications, and inbuilt reporting. So loads of really useful and helpful things there to build that business, which is ultimately the key thing, and get your accreditation, which is key. Mel, I think you maybe wanted to add to that too.
I do, thank you very much. Yeah, I guess I just thought what might be useful is to know the types of organisations that we already support. Anything across industries like construction, care, healthcare, We even have charitable sectors. We have property management, recruitment industry. Honestly, it is so wide. There's such a variety. We have some incredible logos that we're really, really proud of. Some we can mention, we have got, for instance, Age UK, National Trust, Carter Builders, Reed, the recruitment agency, YMCA. I mean, the list carries on. There's some household telecommunication companies that we proudly support. I think the key thing is, what is the one differentiator of us as a provider? I mean, you're very welcome to go and read some of the reviews on FIFO. The key thing that we hear time and again is that customers come to us at the beginning of their journey, or sometimes even from another provider, where they really just feel like there's a lot of information to digest. It's really, something to get your head around, and how helpful it has been from Citation ISO to do the heavy lifting, to break it down in a digestible manner, to be able to make sense of it. It's clear, it's the support. I know we talk about the consultancy element, but really we hear about that time and again. I did notice somebody's asking a question about UCAS, not to jump ahead, if that's okay. Look, I'm going to be very open and honest here. We are not a UCAS provider. However, do not let that put you off. We speak to very many organizations that have, need it for tenders. We walk you through that process and explain that to you. But again, coming back to like the platforms that you can manage your certifications on, we do actually have a SaaS solution called Be Certified that is very handy for people that need UCAS certifications as well. So do not hesitate, do not hold back, actually come forward. I saw who's asking the question. It'll be really good for us to guide you through that, and you can benefit still from asking the questions that you have. May I ask if anybody is thinking of becoming accredited? If you are interested, please feel free to drop it into the chat here. If you want to be creative, I don't know if we can drop emojis in, but that might make it a little bit more exciting. Or just say, yes, please, I want more information. Or yes, please, I actually really need a quote. There's some tenders that I would like to attend to, or whatever it might be. Look, drop it in the chat, and I'll certainly make sure that one of the friendly people on our side could give you a call and better understand your business direction and what you're trying to achieve, so that we can put you at the right part of the business. So thank you very much.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Mel. That was fantastic. Okay, so I don't know if you've got any other burning questions there. I think there's been a few coming along the way. I think we've answered them with the information that Evelyn has given you, and Mel has kindly just answered some there as well, which is fantastic. If you do have any others, though, by all means, just pop them either in the ask question box or in the chat. That's absolutely fine. More than happy to take those, guys. And equally, if you want to have a chat, as Mel said, then just pop that and let us know. We'll pick that up with you directly. And it's it's well worth doing to have a clear understanding of how we can help and what it means to you, and the benefits at the end of the day as well, which Evelina has highlighted as well, and how we can make that happen for you at the end of the day. That's the key thing, guys. Okay, so while you're putting those in, just a quick question, last question from us really. What would you like more information on? So I know, again, we've talked around and about these, but if you want a bit more further information on any of or all of the ISOs there, then do not hesitate to let us know. We can easily pick that up with you, no problem. Also, if you would like a copy of today's recording, then please don't hesitate to pop that in as well, and we can pick up with you, no problem at all. Okay. Great. Is there any other questions come to yourself, Evelina? Is there anything further from you?
All I would like to add is to what makes us different to any other bodies is the fact that we want our clients to succeed. The systems which we implement, they are tailored to your needs. They are bespoke. So even when you have an audit, it's not just about saying, oh, it's a pass or fail. It's about ongoing interaction with us. You can always give us a call. You can always ask us any questions. We have platform which does have design templates which are compliant with standard requirements. We do those webinars, as you can see, which are free of charge. We've got a lot of resources, and genuinely we put a lot of effort for clients to benefit from this ISOs, not just to get certificate, but actually go above and beyond and think about this resilience, adaptability, everything what I was doing my inspirational speech today, but genuinely we do care. That's I think it's the biggest difference, that we want clients to succeed. We want them to grow. We want them to feel the powers that, oh, we do have those ISOs and it made significant difference to our businesses. And I've seen many transformations through so many organizations, and I know it does work, but it's all about our mindset. It's all about what do we want to do with this ISO, how dedicated we are. And again, it's not about ton of documentation. It's not about billion registers and logs and everything else. It's about creating a system that will be driving your improvements, something that you will hopefully enjoy, something that will be, like I was saying, tailored and bespoke to your needs. So don't have any fear. It's for any size of the organization, small or big, any complexity. It's basically for everyone who wants to basically do things better and continually keep improving and be better than your competitors. We all want that.
That's key, isn't it? Yeah, it's just like always having to kind of be one step ahead and be thinking forward planning and all that kind of thing, and that's obviously where this helps that hugely. So I can see a number of you have there asked for additional information, so that's absolutely no problem at all. I can see a couple of people there have requested that we have a chat. So if you want to let me know particular days or times that work best for you, because I'm fully aware everybody has a busy diary, I'm sure, then that is fantastic. We'll pick that up directly with you and then get that in the diary to give you a call, no problem at all. I can see a number of you have also requested the follow-up recording as well, so we'll arrange that for you, no problem. But I would like to just take the time to thank you all for joining us, particularly on a Friday afternoon, and I hope it's been valuable time out the business, because we really do appreciate you coming on and interacting with us, which is fantastic. And thank you very much to Evelina and to Mel, who have also joined us today, which has been great. And if there is anything at all, even after today's webinar, if you think, oh, I should have maybe asked that, or I'm interested to find out that, don't hesitate to come back to us and just let us know, and we'll pick that up with you directly. Absolutely no problems there. We appreciate that. We've had quite a lot of information probably at once, and it probably creates a lot of questions as well. So do come back to us and we can talk those through with you. Absolutely no problem at all. Mel, before we finish up, anything further from yourself?
Not at all. I think it's just always useful to know, I guess, nobody wants the constant sales calls. The team that I hear are very experienced and very closely working with our field auditors. So again, just thank you very much for your time today. Yeah, and we really look forward and we welcome more conversations. So thank you very much for having us.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys. Thanks, Evelina. Great. Okay, I'll leave this box open for another minute or so. If anybody does want to make any other requests with regards to setting up a time and a date that works in your diary to have a chat, or if you've got any further questions, we'll pick them up with you directly. But thank you once again for joining us, and have a good weekend, everyone. Take care.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.